Hello, and welcome back. Whoa, starting table deploys itself. So we are currently on the ground, as I discussed, at Keg. That is the, wow, the lag isn't, the lags, dem lags. Anyway, on the ground at Keg, which, as I discussed, is the airport in Eagle Vale. The Eagle Regional Airport. That's where everybody else is parking. So I've just initialised the FMC. So I'm just going to jump aside into arc mode. As you can see, that's our climb out there. And I just gone, no, you know what, I don't want to run today for you. I want to break myself. Okay, I've fixed that now. So we'll just use a little bit of power. We'll use the power. So obviously at the wrong end of the airstrip. This is where we're going to land. Brilliant, if we were going to land back in Eagle Vale, but we're actually going to come in on the localizer, or the offset localizer. And I'm probably going to OM my sim during the making of this video, but I don't really care. As you can tell, I'm having FPS issues at the minute. It's got fluctuating between about 8 and 12 FPS, which is why it feels so sluggish, so soupy. As you can see though, it is very nice here. Obviously this will change depending on the time of year. It's currently summer in Colorado. That's a rather big mountain. That will be in our way if we decide we want to go around. I'd also like to take this opportunity to apologise for the lack of videos in the last few days. This is mainly due to the fact that I've just been pooped, or I've been running around like a lunatic. I've spent most of today at the Northeast Flight Sim Museum. I'm part of a flight sim group, and we were down there all day doing all sorts of VFR-y stuff on flight sim and having a really good time. So I make no apologies, YouTube is still a hobby to me. But, you know, I kind of make an apology, but I don't make an apology, if that makes sense. So American actually fly the 75 in here, not the A319. That's probably going to be changing in the next couple of years. No, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd had the 319 in here yet. Because obviously it is very, it's becoming the mainstay of their fleet, really, at the moment. So we can set the MCP up for flying them. So our initial altitude is going to be 7,000 feet, but it's actually going to be 13,000 feet. That's our cruising altitude, kind of. I'll explain more when we get airborne. Okay, flaps can come to position 2 because it's quite high up at the minute. We're at 6,500 feet. And the runway is long, but I would like it to be a bit longer. Again though, I'm absolutely adoring this satellite scenery. You can tell the hill behind there, the one in the very distance, isn't satellite, and you really can tell the difference, so I'm quite impressed by that. I'm running at 4K resolution, which is why I'm probably having all this FPS drop. But hey ho. Okay, those should be armed. Well, we're not actually flying with passengers, so that... We can also switch the takeoff lights on us with backtracking. Beacon should have already come on. Strobe can go to automatic because... What the heck? Right, we just managed to veer off the centre line a bit there. It's so sluggish, it feels like it's in slew mode. I'm not pushing buttons here. What the heck? I can hear that clicking sound in the background. I've got no idea what it's actually doing. What is this thing actually doing? I've got no idea. Anyway, so we're clear on the approach. And we are clear for takeoff because, frankly, we're offline with the only people in the world, so we don't care. We're living in another... Sorry, I got musical again. I must remember to stop that. Okay, let's go. Runway 7. Flex. Woo, pedaling. So that's 80 knots. Yeah, it'll probably get a bit better once we get airborne. V1. Commit. Rotate. 12 degrees. Positive right. Landing gear on. I'll then just go into managed mode, which will give us 148 knots, so airspeed. Up climb, LNAV mode. Just let it. What we can do now that we're on automatic flight is just pop ourselves out of the nose cone. You can see that it is very well modelled, the scenery in the vicinity. And yeah, it's obviously the city of, well, the area of Eagle Vale. And when I showed you the charts in the first part of this video, you'll notice that that there's actually required minimum climb performance for all aircraft departing Eagle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pop the charts up. I'm not going to put it onto the screen because it'll just complicate things. So the localizer DME for the localizer approach, which is what we're going to fly, because that works out as being the easiest to do, is 109.75. And I'm just going to get the course is 246. I suppose that should be an ILS as well. But anyway, we'll just quickly reset the view. Oh my word. Doesn't like it. I'm not surprising really, but one. We'll wait till we get out to the RSG, and then we'll track back inbound, and we come out of the Kremling VOR on a course of 184 on the 184th radial. So actually, what's... Oh, mint RLGs in nav 2. That's the course you want, and then I just go to... Please bear in mind I haven't flown this aircraft for absolutely ages. RLG, I see, yeah, what's the point wrong? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to remember how to fly this aircraft again. Because I've been away for a very, very long time. So it's 24 miles to the RLG now. We're at up to 13,000. This is the altitude we shall stay at. I'll just take it to flat plus and accelerate us to 220 knots until we're up at RLG. We will become within 1,000 feet of some terrain. I've noticed that on the chart. But obviously we are visual at this time, so that's no big deal. It's obviously that mountain there. 22 nautical miles to RLG. So, playing with comms again, and 186. Then it's 109.75, and the course was 246. And then everything works. And then we just switch the rose mode to VOR, and that's the 186th outbound radio from the VOR. And then obviously we'll overfly that and hopefully become established on RLG by then. We can also switch ILS mode on. And switch the number 2 pointer to off. Unless we've got an NDB we could use in the area. No NDBs. That's the snow VOR, but there's no point us tuning that because we won't be going around. So on the ILS, well the LDA, it's it's basically an offset localizer. We'll descend on the approach path, which is, I will also add algae, which is kind of intercept point. So we need to be level at 10,400 by algae, and then from there we'll be flying the VOR approach, sorry, the NDB approach, on a 3-degree glide path, which means we need to be dirtied up by the time we're there, which complicates things just ever so slightly. So it does back up the fact that we won't be accelerating. I've got no idea why I get these surges. Apparently you need to apply a hotfix, but I've got the latest version, which should include a hotfix, and I seem to have an ILS here as well, not just a localizer. Peculiar. Anyway, we're tracking bound towards RLG now, 14 miles to go. I'll just switch us back out to arc mode. I can't switch the pointer off because I need the flight guidance system. What I can, however, do is just take a central heading of 005 for the next couple of miles, and then roll us back onto a parallel of 022. What that'll do is that'll just give us some area to make our turn. We'll go to flaps up manoeuvring. As you can see, we have left the high scenery level control area. Okay, and what I'll do now is just swing us back in. Onto the 184 heading. It's going to be a very rapid turn, I suppose you could describe it as. Okay, and I'll take the first lump of flap. Remember, we do have to be level at 10,400 feet, which I'm going to scroll in, but we're in alt hold mode at the minute. Alt hold mode. There we go. Because you're very close to high terrain, and we don't want to be hitting said high terrain. We'll then switch ourselves back into VOR navigation mode, and there we go. And we'll just arm loc mode, which will just capture that and track us inbound. Then we'll go to ILS mode and swing ourselves onto the ILS, rather than localizer. Okay, what's a DME fix? By 10 DME we need to hit 10,400. Descend. Descend now. Actually, no, don't descend, don't descend, don't descend. Go to 12,500. I'm low as I'm happy to go at this stage. Actually, now go up to 13,000. Okay, I'm going to quickly have a look at the chart again. Yeah, that hill is apparently at 10,000 feet. So we'll do a QNH check. Yeah, we've got to roll inbound towards the VOR. Once I'm established rolled inbound, I will then go into manual control. I managed to give myself too little space to make this turn. Slows down at 200 knots, that'll make it a bit steeper. Yeah, it's, in all fairness, we are some miles to, if I show you the ILS, that's kind of the intercept angle we're going in at, so got plenty of space. We can now descend to 10,400. I'll just descend down at 500 feet per minute. 199. Then take 180. Now on the approach, I'm just going to go to Inish. Whoa, I didn't know how to do that one. Next phase. Arm approach. Well, okay, VLS. So VAPP is 132 knots. So we'll just accelerate to that speed. Obviously, we are fairly heavy, but that's just the nature of the game at the minute. Alright, we're still low starring apparently. I'm just going to roll us inbound towards that, and then to deal with the consequences really. I'm going to descend us at 1,000 feet per minute now, and take flaps 3. Actually, we'll go flaps 4. Just get ourselves nicely configured. Gear, auto brake medium, loc, armed. That's just kind of got the autopilot going, whoa, what the hell, to itself. But we're now fully configured. So 132 knots. Now that our ground speed is roughly 144 knots. So make that 140 knots near enough. Divide that by 2, that gives us a descent rate on the localizer of about 700 feet per minute. So we need to send out 1,600. Oh, that's... What I will do is I'll actually, since we're manoeuvring visually, is I'll manoeuvre us in onto the localizer. Maybe the easiest way to do this. Obviously, if I was to go the external view, we are fully configured. And we've got the aircraft in landing mode now. So we've got the nice high levels of turnness. So that's just Loc starring apparently. Is that us intercepting the VOR though? Nope, Loc starring apparently. I've actually lost track of where the airfield should be too. If I just take us in ARC mode. Yeah, that's, you can see that's where we are coming onto a rather extended final to runway 25. So we are descending at about the right descent, right? Okay, we can now descend to the field elevation at 1,200, then 700 once we're on profile. Obviously, in the real world, we wouldn't have that.
2,500.
Use that as flight guidance. 1,800 until we intercept that, and then 1,400 from there. Then at 3DME, we'll disconnect and hand fly in. Obviously the airspeed's getting slightly high just because we've rolled over into a steepish descent, but we can deal with that. I actually got to order. I'm not confident to go to auto brake slow because it's my first time at this airstrip, so we'll then just start rolling it back straight away. Stick 1,500 in initially. Alright, I'm going to go back to 700 now. Again, our ground speed's just slightly descending, but that should be pretty sorted by remaining on this profile. If we look at the... Probably we're meant to intercept behind this hill. This hill looks like it's going to be in the way of it, but we'll switch the terrain on the ND, bring us down at 10 miles, then bring us in ILS mode again. We should get a terrain map appearing around us now. So we're just going to get close to that terrain. I think that's all that's going to happen.
2,500.
I could engage us into approach mode, but you can see by the fact that we're descending on the ILS approach path, we are on roughly the right piece of airspace. I think that is what's happened, that I've intercepted too far out. But it's flight
2,500.
And it's just a nice pretty piece of scenery for us to go and have a look at. I'm still flying over undulating terrain, that's why I had a number of 2,500 calls. The actual official decision height for this approach, for Category C aircraft, which is what we can call ourselves, is 8,620 feet. So,
2,500.
Undulating terrain. We'll make the point on the autopilot 8,500. Then once the aircraft starts trying to alt hold, we'll just disconnect and carry on the descent from there. So I've got my mouse poised on the autopilot 1. So I'm looking at just what we're overflying right now, and as I say, I think we were meant to fly down the valley to our right, but hey ho, we've made a mistake. We can, and as I say, this is flight sim, not the real world. So if I muck this up, worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have to refilm the video. Actually, I probably wouldn't even do that. I'll just show you how hard the approach is and that I've managed to muck it up. Just for your own amusement. We can also switch the two VOR pointers off now just to declutter the screens a little. We can see the aerodrome just there. As you can see, the localizer path is slightly offset. We are fairly close to some high terrain here, but that's perfectly fine. As you can see, I've now got the airport visual. I'm not quite sure how the screen capture is doing. We've picked up an 80-knot headwind, however, so that's going to make our manoeuvres a little bit more interesting. Also, when we overfly this piece of high terrain, I'll disconnect and follow the road in visually. I'll fly towards the runway visually, I should say, because there's no need to follow the road if I can see the runway. It's a minute and a half until we'll be reaching our decision point on this approach. You can see there's a lot of high terrain here. We're down to 1,000 feet above it, overflying this
1,000.
point. Well, I'll disconnect at 9,000 and then just fly my way in. Well, 140 knots now, so that's perfectly descending at the right descent rate. We are ever so slightly above our supposed descent path. Okay, 9,000 feet coming up on the money there. Okay, autopilot disconnected. So I'm just going to roll onto a visual final. We're a little on the high side, but that's dealable with. Is that a word? I don't even know. I don't English anymore. As the guys from the flight sim group today will tell you. I forgot how to spell Iceland on one of my posts. I was like, how do you spell Iceland again? And in the end I wrote Island by accident. As in Island, as in Iceland. Because I was thinking in Czech still. And that's how you spell Iceland in Czech. So this will be our decision height now. So yeah, we are perfectly visual. Kind of want to do some mountain flying now. I'm hopefully going to be doing a stream or a video tomorrow night with Setfix25 if his PC's fixed, because he had a bit of a boo-boo with it today. You could tell he was
1,000.
There's no way for me to take flight director. Oh, there is a way for me to take flight directors off.
1,000.
There we go. Okay, so actually still descending roughly on approach path. Just will end up on the runway now. 133 knots. Okay, that's us.
1,000.
You can.
1,000.
Wow. I'm actually quite surprised by how nicely this
1,000.
landed. If you've got any lag in the video, please do let me know in the comments. I'm going to have to edit this slightly, but I won't be doing anything too drastic to it. Okay, so we're just above the approach now. Pretty, a little bit low actually.
1,000.
We'll be alright. Yeah, we're going a bit faster now, so because we lost the headwind. So down there on the right, that looks to be the research centre. See, I saw pictures of Chinook, the flight line of Chinooks here, but I've never seen any Chinooks since I've. Oh, that must be them on the right. As you can see, we are coming down a main road though. Quite a nice place to plane spot this, I'd imagine. Scenery's not going too nicely though. Some of the road textures are kind of a bit blurred. Slightly low, but that's
500.
completely fine. You can see we are way off to the left of the localizer.
500. 400.
There we go, bang on the money. Descending at 750 feet per minute.
300. 200. 100.
Look on the right.
70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
And we're down. Reverse screen. Auto brakes are activated. Whoa, that's a bit of a fish there going on there. 80 knots. Toe brakes, 60. I'm just going to vacate here. Tyres are already rather hot. We'll just activate the brake fan once we get into the stand. So I'm just going to... Okay, my GSX seems to have decided it doesn't want to work today, it's on strike. So I have to reinstall that after this video. But we're just going to do a... wow, fishtail. See if I can make GSX work. Oh, it has crashed. That might have broken it before when I was trying to install the... Right, no, we're going to go back inside, I think. I'm surprised it didn't cover complain there. And power. That's that done. APU's running. I didn't switch it off after I completed the startup. And as you can see, this is, I actually haven't played with the settings. I normally turn the settings down quite significantly on all the Orbex stuff I do, but it's actually not doing too badly. It's a little bit jerky, but frankly the amount of stuff that's on the ramp, I'm not surprised it's jerky. Nothing to do with beef, no. None of the ramp spots are available though. Unless that's one there. Which one thing I could do, I suppose, is blinding lights, strobe lights, even though for some reason when I was at Copenhagen a lot of the aircraft seemed to be on the stand with their strobe lights still on, and nobody objected too heavily. Let's just park in here. .6. So yeah, I've got no parking guidance today, so I'm just going to stick it roughly on the stand. Now I've got to remember the nose wheel is roughly 6 feet behind my little bum bum, so I'm just going to push a little bit further into the stand today. And I'm just going to use the park toe brakes to just bring the aircraft to a standstill. Park and brake. Well done me, I've just managed to open the help window. I do need to unbind that key command. Okay, and I'll take engines 1 to the off position, engine 2 to the off position. There we go. Transponders are off already. We'll go to the external view now. So folks, thanks for watching. It does make a big difference to me that you do watch my, if you watch my videos, I suppose. Let's see, where was I actually meant to put the nose wheel? No, it's actually not too far off, in fairness. So I couldn't read that was where I was meant to stick the nose wheel. I was actually going to put it on the front one here. But if you look at the guys who've been parking their aircraft today, I'm not that far away from them in terms of being lined up nose-wise, or nose wheel-wise. So anyway folks, I'd like to thank every single last one of you for watching today, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.